So Mr. Mash is now finished. I shouldn't really call him Mr. Mash now, but I'll have to think of another name for him. But he's had a coat of oil on the body, and as you can see, he's nice and gleaming now. And even though if I show you here, that patch that was there, so obviously that's reduced a lot now that I've put sewing machine oil on him. Now, I did have a problem with like I showed you on my previous video about the tension. So I had to, there was something wrong and it was causing a lot of resistance with the thread when the presser foot was up. So I thought it might be the pin, I was right. So I had to take all of this off, take the faceplate off, and was looking inside, and I could see the pin was in, but then when the presser foot was lifted up, the pin would be pushed in, but then it would stay in and it wouldn't release again. So that meant that when the presser foot was up, it wasn't actually, there was nothing to push the pin in, so it meant that the tension was permanently engaged. So that was a bit annoying. What I had to do in the end, and I should have just done it in the first place. I don't know why I didn't do it in the first place. But if you remember, I couldn't get the post out, even though I'd taken the grub screw out. So I had to use pliers. It came out, and I was like, oh, okay, should have done that in the first place. So then cleaned the post out, and there was just some gunge that the pin inside was getting caught. That was silly of me. I should have just pulled it out in the first place. Anyway, I learned from that. So now the pin's back in, and that's moving in and out nice and freely. It's not getting stuck. So then I had to put all the tension assembly back on again, and now it works fine. And it's if you look, I don't know if you'll see this. See that movement? That's what the pin should have been doing. So that movement is pushing this part here, you can see, but it means the pin's poking out inside. So yeah, I was a bit annoyed at myself. I should have just done more with that thing that pulled that post out in the first place. Anyway, ooh, bit of fluff. But Mr. Mash is now done. He's looking very lovely and nice and clean. And now I have to decide, well, the hardest bit now is to decide whether I keep him or whether I find a new home for him. So I need to think about that. What I might do in the meantime is pop him into a treadle and see what he's like in a treadle, because that might determine for me whether I keep him or whether I find a new home for him. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. Thank you if you've got this far. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. I've tried as much as possible. If I've talked about another video or something like with the tension or with the bobbin, I've put a link in the description box within YouTube to reference that other video. So I hope that has shown up. What I've also tried to do is just describe what each video is about or what I cover, so it means that if you wanted to go back and have a look at a particular thing, you should be able to see that in the description box, so you can navigate around the vlogs quite easily. But I hope you've enjoyed it. I need to I'm going to go and put him in a treadle and see what he's like in a treadle, and then have a tidy up, because I made a mess everywhere. There's dirt and splats everywhere. So that's today's job. But I hope you've enjoyed it. This is Mr. Mash, a 1940 201K, and now working.